Welcome back, everyone. Now, I want to talk to you today about the Daily Mail. Yes, the paper that I consider to be probably the most dangerous and one of the most gaslighting, odious newspapers that Britain has to offer. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I think the Daily Mail and their so-called journalists are guilty of winding the nation up dangerously, in my opinion, and deliberately gaslighting its readers. And I'll tell you all about it. So today, for instance, there's an article in the Daily Mail written by an investigation team. They don't even put their name to this stuff anymore. That's how ashamed of the lies that they spread they are. So this investigation team has put out a story about Tommy being a far-right racist, a thug, a race baiter, etc., etc. All untrue, we all know that. But they don't care. They just do it anyway. It's part of what they do. Now, this is where it gets really bad, in my opinion, and where the authorities really should step in and have a word with these people. Every day, the Daily Mail gives with one hand and takes away with the other. They'll give you report after report after report about how bad the asylum seeker situation is, what dangers they bring to the country, how certain groups are attacking our children, etc., etc. So in other words, they're winding you up. They're winding you up day after day after day. And then on the other hand, they tell you that the only person that's bringing this to any light is a horrible racist bad guy bogeyman, leaving the public, the people that read this rag, feeling very frustrated and probably very bloody angry, and you can understand why. I would not give the Daily Mail or any of its advertisers a single penny, because I think what they're doing every single day, that's like I said, they're winding you up with one hand and putting their hand around your throat with the other. They're a very, very dangerous organisation, in my opinion. And I don't know who's in charge of running these so-called investigations, but whoever it is ought to think very carefully, because you are responsible for winding people up. You've wound me up today, but I'm a sensible guy. I'm not going to go out and do silly things. I'm not going to go straight on X or on the internet and say things that I shouldn't or might regret later on. But not everyone is like that, and you should know it. As a national newspaper, so-called newspaper, with so-called professional journalists, you have a duty of care to the people that read your newspapers. So stop winding them up with one hand and putting your hands around their throat with the other. Stop telling us how bad this country is, what a state we're in because of migration and illegal immigration. Stop doing that, and then the next article tells us that we're all far-right thugs for moaning about it. That's deliberate gaslighting, and it's very dangerous, and it's irresponsible. The Daily Mail, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. And your so-called investigation team, whatever left-wing university students you've got behind writing them, they need to grow up and understand what they're doing, because we are trying to keep the lid on everything. We are trying to get people to unite. We are trying to lower the tone of the anger in this country, and all you do is wind people up.